down in the south of me. And hello, everybody. Me and Joe are.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all. It's live.
The weather's quite good down this part of the world. Hello, folks, and welcome to Kime to Go's live stream on the Sunday night.
Ooh.
And over to our American correspondent, Jerry. Jerry, what have you been doing, and how's the weather at the moment?
You know, I was just telling Joe, the weather is beautiful. We got sunshine out here. I don't know what centigrade it is, but it's about 65 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's pretty good. I was just telling Joe that my friend and Mr. Bill and I just went on a 1,200-mile ride in over 3 days. Just got back from that. So cleaning bugs.
So you're getting a bit like Andy with all his Pico tours in Pecos. Is it Pecos he's gone, the Pecos place where he's been going? Some nice rides around there.
Yes, that's lovely.
Do a lot of big rides.
Oh, that'd be good.
And the weather's nice over there as well. Brilliant by the sound of it. Talking of weather, pardon? Carry on, Jerry.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, talking of weather, the weather is starting to get a bit colder now, probably over there where you are, Jerry, as well, but it's certainly getting a bit colder here. And last week, I did a video of me traveling to work with me heated grips on for the first time of the year. And I'm on red hot. They were too hot, actually. And so what I had to do is turn them off. They're burning me blooming hands. The Oxford grips. Have you used Oxford grips?
I've used them before.
Yeah, I've got the BMW ones. Yeah. Have you seen those new Oxford ones where they actually got like half grip? You actually just clip on and then you clip the controller on.
Oh, no, that's a good idea.
They're absolutely brilliant, because if you don't want all the guff and the wiring, you just take them off and winter. I thought, absolutely stunning idea. And why didn't anybody think of that before now? It's just like a semicircular or half a tube that you just push over your grips.
Huh.
And that's the element that gets warm. I think, what a stunning idea. I'm sure it's Oxford.
Yeah. But do they go over that? Do they go over the actual grips you've got? Or do you have to take the grips off?
It just goes over your rubber grips. If you just imagine it's like a plastic half tube.
Something you could do on a 3D printer.
Yeah, you just clip it over, and it's got the element inside that, obviously. And then that's the bit that warms up. And then you just got the controller in the middle. Now, whether it runs off your 12 volts or you plug it into your cigarette lighter or whatever, or your dim pin socket, and that runs the whole heating. And then you just take the whole gubbins off when you finish with it in the summer.
It's very handy, isn't it? Because it's very hard. It's hard to do that, isn't it? Putting them grips on wasn't an easy job, really. It's easy, but if somebody didn't know exactly what they were doing, it'd probably be a bit difficult if you weren't a DIY type person, I would have thought.
Huh. Yeah, those Oxford grips they run hotter than the standard, factory grips.
Yeah, well, I've noticed that they're a lot hotter than the Honda ones on the NT1100 for sure.
They're hotter than the Triumph ones. I'm and a Moto Guzman. I got the little heat gun out and measured them one time, and they're about halfway on the Oxford grip is full on everything else.
Wow. Well, I thought mine was going to burn off. The rubber was going to melt with them ones, because you don't have full heat. That's just too much. I think it'd be different if it was icy in the morning. Probably do you a little bit better, I would have thought, because your hands are going to cool. It's going to dissipate the heat a bit better. But it's got me thinking about cold weather riding.
Right.
And I've noticed now that I've put a couple more layers on. At least I put an extra fleece on now in the mornings. And on me, you get the padding in your trousers and your jacket. That's been out for quite a while, and I've stuck all that back in now. But I've only got cheap textile suits. I don't have the expensive, really waterproof ones.
Not the Kime.
I don't know. Pardon?
Not the Kime. The Kime, the KLIM. That's expensive stuff.
I've never heard of that. Is it?
Oh yeah.
Sounds a bit like my name. That I have to get some of that.
Yeah.
You could order it around. If you get a bit of embroidery, you could get it. You can change it around to Kime to Go and just put to go on there or something like that.
I think you get something
like that. You save a lot of messing around trying to get yourself brand made garments and stuff, mate.
Be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Jerry's right. It is very expensive kit.
Yeah. But do you find that your jackets, I find jackets, normally they leak somewhere, either around the armpits there when you're riding along, or somewhere they do leak. Mine do anyway. The textile ones, if you're riding in rain and you get a little shower's all right. But if you get some bit of heavy rain more than 15 minutes or so, then you have a few problems. Well, let me get some of these comments up here. If I can get the comments on here. My comments aren't working. What is that? Oh, that's it. Here we go. We're on. Right, let me go back up here. I'm just going to put these on here really, really quick. Now, where's the dog's danglies, by the way?
That's his pub at the end of the. It's the pub at the end of his garden, and he's got a pub, or he's got a shed there which has got some optics and some chairs in there. If you go on his channel, he did a couple.
Yeah.
He's an absolute stunning gardener, is Andy. But he's got a pub at the end of his garden, and he'll if you look up there and have a look around his garden and his pub at the end of the garden, you'll be quite impressed. He never goes out at all. He just wanders up the end of his garden and gets absolutely hammered.
Not bad if you can do it, is it? If you got young, not bad if you got your own pub there. Brilliant.
Yeah, he stocks it. It's well stocked. Honestly, he wants for nothing in the way of booze.
As long as he's not riding his motorbike, that's the main thing. Don't you have some thermal undervests and leggings? No, I don't have any. I don't wear any thermals. When I go to work, I wear just a pair of jeans, a shirt like this. Basically, it's like a work shirt, thin, nothing underneath it, and then I wear a fleece on the top as well.
Did you see my? Sorry.
I'll say then you've got the padding. After the padding, then you've got the jacket itself, haven't you? So that's, to me, all through the winter, that's good enough. Keeps me pretty warm, that does.
Yeah, did you see my post I put up in the YouTube community? I used a bit of AI with this image of this guy looking really frozen, and there's snow-covered mountains behind him. And I put up something like, watch out for the incoming reviews on heated gloves, jackets and underpants, or something like that.
Yeah. For the winter, yeah. So yeah,
I like that heated stuff, man. It's great. You don't have to bulk up. Then you can turn it up and down.
I'm trying.
Hello, Zeded. Welcome to the stream.
I think my camera is cleaning.
I think you can go the other way where you are, Joe. You can use a cooler jacket if it's too hot. I remember seeing you doing a cooler jacket. That was I've never seen one of them before, but that was quite a handy thing.
Yeah, but I don't have to have it so much up here. I live in Tucson, Arizona, which is, 105, 10 degrees in the summertime. Up here, it's like 80, 90.
Yeah. That's good enough, though. That's too bloody hot for me, that is.
Your temperatures don't get that cold there in the UK, do they?
Oh, they do get reasonably cold, yeah. We've got a couple of people here. I'm getting behind here. Hello, Andy.
There he is in the pub.
Hello, lads. Sod.
Let me see if I get these. For some reason, I can't get the names on there for some reason. I don't know why that's happening, but wow, look at that. Now that is a bloody lovely place. Let me just zoom in on that. What a place that is, man. Well, I would love a man cave like that. Look at it. Jeez, I see what you mean by pub. Wow.
There we are.
Absolutely brilliant.
Having a few.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I'd be doing exactly the same as well.
He hasn't got far to walk home either.
No, about 100 feet.
No. 100 feet. That's not bad. So have you had? I've been seeing you riding around and visiting a few places. How's that tour going? Or how did it go? Should I say?
We've been back a few weeks now, but no, it was really good. Yeah, nice place to ride. We're gonna head out to Portugal next year. I think June we're doing the Dolomites in Italy, and then September we're gonna head out towards Portugal.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. How do you obviously work for you work? I guess is this during your holiday time you're doing that, or?
Yeah,
book a week off or 2 weeks off. It takes a bit of time.
I do 4 on, 4 off. So if I book 8 days, I get 20 days off.
Oh my God. Gee, very, very lucky. Yeah, very, very lucky. We're just going on about when you ride, like I see on some of your videos, you're wearing the reflective over jacket, don't you? When it starts raining, you stick that on and take it off, don't you?
They're 100% Gore-Tex, and they're really light. They're like a light Kaggle, but they're Kime. They're made of Gore-Tex, and they're reflective. And the thing is, when you go to Europe, you need to take high vises. So it's just another thing we haven't got to take. They double up because when we tour, all we wear is like a mesh jacket, and under that mesh jacket we'll put a hoodie, and then if we put that cover on top, it's like you're wearing a winter jacket. It cuts out all the wind. You're good down to about down to about 4 or 5 degrees in those, and then good up to about 25 before you start getting too hot. They're really good, but they say they're multi-purpose for us because if we go out of an evening and we're only taking a hoodie, we take those, we throw them on, we waterproof.
Brilliant. Sounds very good. And when to take off, it gets cooler because you got the ventilation on yours, haven't you?
Yeah, just got mesh jackets. That's all we take when we go away. It covers all ranges of temperatures. Then we've ridden all sorts of weather in those, say down to 4 degrees and up to 25, 30 degrees.
Oh, brilliant.
They're light. They pack down into their own pocket, and they've got 3 uses, so even better.
Even better. That sounds really good. So I've got another thing I'm trying to think of is that I've got only a little CB125. I travel to work every single day. Do you guys travel to work every single day?
Only in the car.
Obviously, Jerry, you don't because you're retired, aren't you? But and Howie, you're lucky as well. You're retired. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
Absolutely retired. I retired about 7 years ago. So
you're very, very lucky.
Well,
you don't have them problems.
That's impressive.
I'm well minted, mate. I had loads of money. I didn't need to work. Absolutely minted, mate.
I commute every day to work. So
what was that? Sorry, I missed that.
I commute to work every day.
Do you commute on your bike?
Yeah, every day. Yep.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, all through the year as well.
No, once the gritters come out or they salt the roads, I usually put the bike away then and take the car. But the rest of the time, I take a bike.
Yeah, that's another thing as well. In the winter, you've got the salt to deal with. Like I clean my bike, say every week. If I'm riding back and forth to work, I'll give the hose down. There's a hose in my back garden. Yeah. When I get in, I'll just give it a quick hose. Especially when the salt's on the road, because that it kills the bikes, especially the cheaper bikes like my bike, the Honda 125. I can't imagine that's got the best sort of paint job on it, but it's not been through a winter yet. I'm going to see what it's like through this winter.
I had mine XCP'd, so hopefully that'll protect it. I know one thing, since I've had that ceramic coating done, I only have to snow foam it and dry it, and it's back to spotless and shiny again.
So the ceramic coating, is that for the paint or for the frame as well? They ceramic
coated all the plastics and all the shiny bits, the wheels, and they XCP'd all the stuff that corrodes, like your engine, the end of your brake hoses, everything was all touched up and all done. So yeah, it's fully protected, but yeah, it's sure as hell easy to clean.
Sorry, Nige. Sorry, Nige. I apologise. What it is, I've got everybody on the screen here, and you're right on the very, very bottom. I couldn't even see it, to be honest. But
well, I just thought if I come in, I'd bring the age average down.
Yeah. Nige, do you know a slim, handsome bloke that can?
Yeah, about 20, 30 years ago.
Well, thanks for coming along. Thanks for making it, Nige. Have you seen the pub there? The little pub we've got. If anybody wants a drink, we can pass them around if you want.
You could be the resident barman. Andy, be the resident barman, and we could tell you all our problems.
I'm going out.
Is that a reindeer behind you? Hanging up on the wall?
It was
only come up when I don't want to go out. That is what I call that Sid.
Sid.
Is it a stag? It's a stag, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was going
Sid, because if I'm up here on my own, I can say I'm up the bar with Sid instead of up here with Billy Notebags.
You don't drink alone.
How fast was it going when it went through your shed wall there, mate?
I don't know, but the upper half tasted good.
So it's not. Is it not a real one? Is it? Is it a
No,
real one?
it's resin. Oh, wrong way.
Okay. Looks nice
Yeah, it's
though.
all resin.
Brilliant. That's the sort of place I want. That is brilliant. So it's good to see you all. Anyway, I don't normally get 6 on the channel, so it takes sometimes a bit of.
Only on for a bit. I'll keep watching, but we're drinking, listening to music because we're sort of like right out the way up here. At the end of my garden, we're only backed onto by other gardens, so we can make as much noise as we want and not disturb anyone.
Yeah,
Love it.
well, for a bit of advice from you, more seasoned riders, not like me, but what do you do for maintenance before winter? Do you put any special coatings or anything on, or spray anything with oil, or to stop it corroding?
So
Anything?
mine's just a lot of people use ACF 50, anything like that, but I just use like XCP is the same thing. It's all anti-corrosion. It's all like a coating that stops salt and corrosion. But,
Andy, did you say you'd had yours ceramic coated?
I had it fully valeted, so it took him 4 hours to clean it, ceramic coat it, and XCP. The ceramic coat was all put on with an airbrush, and the CPC was all put on with airbrush and painted on into all the
I think it's the one that oh god, what's he called? Teapot Bruce. He used to work. It's one of the lads he used to work with on that Royal Protection mob. He set up on his own doing that ceramic coating, and they did a couple of my mates' bikes, and I think it was about 700 odd quid. And they take about 8 hours, and they virtually strip everything off the bike, get it real clean, and then they coat everything.
This is a 5-year, and it's a pro, so it's sort of self repairing. So if it sort of scratches, it sort of, or you mark through it, it repairs itself.
But that bloke that does that, he's dead against that ACF 50. Well, I thought he would be, wouldn't he, if he's getting 700 quid a ton?
The thing is, you can't ceramic coat your engine because it's just going to burn off. So ACF 50 is one thing, but what the guy I used was XCP, which is a similar stuff. It's 3 times more expensive than AC 50. That's probably why a lot of people don't use it, but it does the same job.
Yeah,
even if you don't use it, as long as you spray, if you just wash your bike off when you get home, if you've been out in the crap, it does the same thing.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I normally wash it when I get back after a ride. There you go, Dunk. He's just said, hey, Matt.
Once it's washed, I tend to push it over, let the water run off it, then pick it back up.
Yeah, because they were saying the same. They basically don't have to wash it. You just basically hose it off, and it just comes off.
Yeah, with mine, I literally snow foam it, jet wash the snow foam off, and then dry the bike with a dryer, and that's it. And it's as shiny as it was the day they done it.
Yeah. See, I swear by that. I got one of those pet dryers, like the real powerful ones.
I've got
brilliant.
A twin turbine dual dryer. It was about 300 odd quid, but if you don't hold the bike, it will blow the bloody thing over.
Does anybody use a compressed air hose to clean the bike? When you wash the bike, if you use a compressed air hose, I use that sometimes.
But if you actually I used to, but if you actually get a proper bike dryer, you'll know the difference. You're talking 30, 40 times more powerful than that. They're really good, especially with the Boxer engines, because they're semi-air cooled. They've got all the fins on the outside. It really does blow them out really well.
Good evening, Sterling. We have a visitor here from the USA. Sterling.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. I just went to Susanville,
California. But you don't have to use the ACF 50.
I don't know.
Not over there. It's pretty good weather over there, isn't it?
You get up to the mountains, it gets kind of cold.
Yeah, we don't have any mountains things. Well, unless you're in Scotland. Scotland's pretty cold.
Wales has got a couple.
So where is Susan still? Where's Susan? Is that where you went, Jerry?
I went out to Reno, but I came back through California, and
that sounded like you went up the anal. What the I misheard that.
Oh my!
Yeah. Well, what are you doing in your own bedroom? What can I say? That's what you get for doing sandbag shots. Not bad.
That's a point. You just reminded me. Back in a sec.
Just going to try and do something here.
Oh, the hell! What's that? What the hell was Anal reminded him of?
Yeah.
Oh, look, the dogs are coming in. Look, oh, look, it's a threesome.
Yeah. So yeah, winter's coming, and we've got to keep a look after our bikes. That's what I was saying. I'm just trying to find little tips and tricks, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I tend to empty mine this time of year, and then I'll fill it up only with 98 fuel E5, because if you're going to get spells where it's real shitty, all icy. You're not going to want to take your bike out, and I won't want to leave my bike sitting for any more than a week or two with normal fuel in it. I'd make sure it's got 98 in it, so it's only sitting there with E5.
I use any petrol in mine, whatever petrol I've got, I stick in it. The cheapest I normally use, but it doesn't bother me.
If your bike's going to sit for 3, 4, 5 weeks, do you really want it sitting in there with 10% ethanol?
Well, mine gets used every single day.
Even when there's 2 birds.
Oh dear! Cheers! Look at that. The good
Everybody's
stuff.
drinking. I've got a drink here, but it's a bit of water.
Graham, is your microphone lighting up? Isn't it?
It is, yes. It's a cheap Chinese one, and it does this light thing. Can't turn it off.
Bloody hell.
Looks pretty cool, that does.
How cheap?
I thought it was a scented candle you had in front of you then.
No, it's cheap Chinese one.
See, I've got that. I think like you've got Harry on that studio bloody scissor bar and that with the mic. But every time I plug it in, I think it's garbage. That's it. Yeah, one of them.
That ain't on. I'm using the Rode at the minute.
Oh yeah.
I just use that for when I'm on the studio. I use that for sound effects. Where's my sound effects? Like that.
And you have your sound effects. You have a sound effect box, don't you?
Yeah. I've got. I don't know if I don't
make your own music as well. I must say very, very briefly before I go, before we go further,
did you get that thing done?
Bit of a techie thing, very, very quickly. I think Howie, you asked me could I make you a sort of stand for that beatbox thing?
Yes, I'll try and get it going in a minute.
Yeah. Well, this is what I've done. I've 3D printed this for you. You probably won't see what that is, but that's one part of it.
Right.
3D printed skirting board.
Yeah. I can print loads of skirting board. If you want skirting board, I have a printer that can print as long as you want. But this one here, it just clips together. That'll clip into there.
You can print whatever you want. I bet you're popular with the ladies.
Well,
yes,
I did send him a picture.
Hey.
I sent him a picture on WhatsApp of a blonde woman with incredibly large boobies and asked what the delivery time on one of those would be.
And I'm working on that, Nige. It's nearly done, don't worry. I'm having a problem with the breast pump at the moment to get the size right. Don't worry about that.
Try before you buy version.
Yeah. That's what happens. When you clip it all together, Howie, that's what you're going to get.
And that's what it's going to go into.
And it'll give you that sort of angle. Yeah, so that's... Anyway, I'll post that to you, and you can give it a try.
Lovely. This is what this thing does, by the way, Joe.
Oh, hang on, I'll get me whistle.
That's brilliant. You can make your own tunes for your videos.
Racing.
And you can program all sorts of stuff into that and do your own drum beats and everything. So
you get no strikes anyway, will you? You get no YouTube strikes for that. You won't get any YouTube strikes for that.
I program all my own sounds into that, so that's all.
Yeah, brilliant. That'll be good.
My own rubbish.
So, yeah. So, Joe, when do you have snow over there in the USA?
Oh yeah.
In where you are, we have no deep snow here, but you know.
We get snow, but we're kind of surrounded by mountains, so it takes a pretty good little snow to get in. But we'll shovel driveways 3 or 4 times a year.
Well, every year, regular.
Yeah.
I did see a video of you riding a little tiny motorbike around your back garden. I think it was where it's about 6.
I like to have a heart attack trying to ride that monkey in about a foot of snow. You didn't get traction until it gets down to the grass. So you end up pushing her around.
You're probably right. Oh, we're going to have a drum roll now, aren't we? We'll have to sort of incorporate that into the videos somehow or other. I bet you were one of these kids when you were younger. You had a pair of drums and you were blasting it everywhere, weren't you, Howie? The beatbox.
I mean, that's what it does. I mean, so if I wanted to record that, I just.
So what's I'll have to. It's blank. Who's on about tyres? Who's getting a new set of tyres?
Can't afford them.
Tyres are you getting,
Duncan.
For what bike?
Duncan's on about changing his.
Is he?
I don't know what those V-Strongs. Is it Bridgestones, Dunk, that they come with? See, I had that Yamaha Tracer and they had Bridgestone. I think there were BT23s on there. They were lethal in the wet. Absolutely lethal.
I'm a Michelin man. I like my roads.
I got Road 6s on that.
Yeah.
Well, I got the Butler to put them on the GS.
The Butler?
Yeah.
No, you're going to start going to exiting from travel lodges and start going to all the posh hotels. Like
my Butler's always too busy. I have to get the chauffeur to change mine.
No, you've got a GS.
Does anybody change their own tyres?
Yeah.
Or is that something nobody ever does anymore?
I used to do now.
Yeah, because it's possible to change your own tyres, isn't it? I would have thought.
Yeah.
Not the big tyres, but I'm hoping to change the ones on me little 125 with a pair of spoons.
I'm just too late. I'd rather give Darren 30 quid to change mine and have done with it.
Yeah.
The bloke I use, he you ride the bike in, he takes them off, swaps them, puts it back on.
Yeah.
I think he does 30 quid a wheel or something.
It's not bad.
I'm like, I'm 30 quid a pair, so I don't mind
that. Stu says Durex is his preferred rubber.
Very flexible. Yeah,
so it's annoying because, like the rest of us, he's married, so he don't need them.
Yeah.
Andy,
what about
a box of tissues and a good video?
Yeah. Andy, are you running Michelin Road 6s on your bike?
Yep. Yeah, I love the Road 6s. Road 6s on a GS are really good.
Yeah. I put 3 pairs of Road 6s on different bikes. It makes a big difference.
It does. They're brilliant. I started off with the 4s when they first come out, and I switched to the 5s, but the 6s, yeah, really good. I mean, in the Peacocks, I was getting 42, 43 degree lean angle, fully loaded 2 up, and they were just sticking.
Yeah.
They were just sticking.
My speeds in the corners went up about 5 to 6 miles an hour in a corner just because when I switched tires.
Yeah, they're good. I got my chicken strips down at fingers width, which is good. If I go any lower, I will be hitting pegs and boxes. I got to the point where I was getting a punch in the ribs from the missus because she literally touched the tarmac.
Well, you just got to tell her you don't have to go.
You bloody tell her, okay?
She'll be coming down, punch me in the face in a minute. See, I had the 4s and the 5s on my RT, and the 5s were so much better, I thought.
Yeah, I find the 6s last a lot longer as well. I was probably getting, I don't know, I reckon about 4,500 miles out of a set of 5s, in about 6.5 on the 6s. But bear in mind that's all 2 up. So if you take that into equation, I could probably get 10,000 miles out.
And those roads you was on in those last videos, incredible roads, isn't they?
It was really weird because we got off the boat and we'd done about, I don't know, probably about 20 miles, didn't we? And then we got onto these roads and then we'd done just over 100 miles and I didn't get any higher than the 3rd gear. Most of it was second gear most of the way. Yeah. And it was just constant left, right, left, right, left, right. And it felt like you'd done 10 rounds with Mike Tyson when you got off the bike. You were constantly on it.
Yeah.
That bloody was it a Skoda in front of you, taking the corners on the wrong side of the bloody road?
Seriously, every time you come to a corner, you just know it's going to be a Spaniard coming towards you with at least 2 wheels on your side of the road. And it was time. And apparently, a biker died a week after we come back. Someone posted it up on the forums. A biker died because the car was on the wrong side of the road. The thing is, you see the bikers and you see them, and they're sticking to the white line. You're just thinking, well, you've got a foot of boxes on, and they're coming around a foot on your side of the road. It just weren't worth it. Just weren't worth it. They're lunatics. I think they're worse. Well, they're up there with the Italians.
Then you'll love the Dolomites.
Well, they're the same there, are they?
Oh, that's a really cool roads up in the Dolomites, northern Italy.
Hopefully, we're going to get there. We're going to go back down that way in June. Head to the Dolomites and get down there. Probably spend a week down there and then head back. We've got 2 weeks in June, so I think it's 13 days that trip, and then we've got another 13 days heading down to Portugal in September.
When anyone says Dolomites, I always think of knackered old Triumph cars.
The old Triumph, yeah, great
With
stuff.
the overdrive button on the gear shift.
I don't think those ever made it over here.
Lovely car, that Dolomite Sprint.
It was a smaller. Oh, they did the Dolomite, the Sprint, didn't they? And then the smaller one was the Toledo, wasn't it? Remember the old Toledo?
Yeah, Triumph Spitfires and Toledos and all.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a Spitfire. They're worth quite a bit now, the Spitfires. Especially if you get them with the
It's not
proper
rusted
metal.
to a bucket.
Yeah, if you get the one with the metal boot, what's the front? Metal front of them, basically. The whole front used to lift up on them, didn't it?
Yeah.
You got the original metal one, they're quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of things are now. Old bikes and cars, everything are all pretty dear now.
It's a lot of money. To say that, actually, my bike insurance come down. I was quite surprised. I think I paid 360 odd quid last year, and it was due for renewal. So I rang and I got a renewal quote for 380 I paid last year. I got a renewal quote for 360, but they still had the bike. You know what it's like? They still have the bike at value you tell them when you first insure it. So I rang them up and said that it's not worth 22 grand anymore. I said it's probably worth 16 if I'm lucky. So, but I did tell them that I had 5 auxiliary lights added because I told them about everything I had to the insurance company.
How many lights?
So I told them I had 5 auxiliary lights.
5? You 5?
5. You got 2.
What do you need 5 lights for?
I've got two spots which are D7s on the front. I had a B7 on the back as a rear brake light, so a secondary brake light, and then the emblems. I've got light up emblems, so that's 5 lights in total. There was 9 wiring looms. 9 wiring looms went onto my bike for that lot. So I told them about that, and it actually brought it down to 308. So I was, you know, you've added a couple of grand's worth of lights, and it brought the insurance down.
It's that bloody horn you got on it now. That's what gets me. God.
Got a train horn?
That sounds like one of the locumotives you hear out in America. Oh, Casey Jones coming around the corner.
Decibels and the light strobe when you push the horn.
What kind of alternator you got on this bike? I mean, was it like a 1,000-watt alternator?
No, because it's all controlled by the canvas easy cans that you fit. So the 2 front spotlights are 24,000 lumens.
Hey Andy, is there any chance you can turn your mic down a bit because you're topping out, mate?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Your mic's a bit high. You're topping out on your audio.
It's the mic that comes with this computer. I've not got a spare mic. I've just brought the laptop up to the bar. So yeah, it's there are a lot of lumens. There are 24,000 lumens for the spots.
So I can recognize you, Andy. If I see something that looks like a comet coming down the road, that's you.
That's it. It's quite funny. We was coming back from a bike meet the other week, and a BMW's flashed us because obviously when you accelerate, the bike comes up, doesn't it? So it looks like the lights come up. And he gave us a flash, so I flashed him back, and then he thought, I'm going to be clever and flash you again. So I lit him up like a fucking Christmas tree, and he had no option but to stop. He's sitting in his car.
How many?
And his retina out.
I gotta ask, how many people have you run off the road with your lights?
Nothing. I'll tell you what, when we were filtering on the M25 on the way to Portsmouth, and we left, and it's just the lights just starting to come down, and you guys will know when you're sitting on our motorways, you've got all the matrix lit up, and I strobed the lights to start filtering, and it was lighting up about 1.5 miles of the motorway, and all the gantries were lighting up, and these cars were just going whoop, and we filtered 6 miles of traffic at 60 miles an hour and didn't even have to slow down because cars were just getting out. It was funny. Yeah, no, they're absolutely lethal.
Because you got, what's his name to fit them, didn't you? Is it a bike thing? Is that what he's called?
Yeah, we took it up to a bike thing. They're probably a little bit more. It cost me 400 quid to have it fitted, but if you think they stripped my bike down to nothing, fitted 9 wiring looms, and it took them about 6 hours to do the installation. But where if I'd have done it myself, it would have cost me more money for broken bits. And I guarantee when you start doing a job like that yourself, you've missed something on the order. So you'll need a splitter or a cable, and then you've got to wait again for another delivery. So for 400 quid, not only that, if you actually get them to fit it, you don't just get the year's warranty with the stuff. They give you their 3-year warranty. So if a light goes down within 3 years or something happens within 3 years, they replace it and fit it free of charge.
Yeah, brilliant.
So for me, it was worth the £400 installation. The lights weren't cheap. I think all in all, it cost me about 2,200 quid to have everything fitted.
I imagine that's a lot of lights.
Cheap. Not cheap, but it's a lot cheaper than buying a new bike.
Look, gents, 2 screens.
Way.
Is all right. I had 2 screens.
Don't go.
I had 2 screens, and I went to clamp my camera, the adjustable camera, bloody stalk on, and oh, that sounds rude. That stalk on, bloody slipped down and clamped onto the screen and blew all the pixels. It's mind you, that thing looks like a bloody sex toy, doesn't it?
It is.
Just let you know, guys, I'm adding some.
You're in the box for you and the boyfriend.
I want to know where Graham got that microphone. I want one.
Just a quick thing for.
It was either eBay or Amazon, one of the two. I'll send you a link to it.
All right, bud, lovely.
Yeah.
Just a quick thing, German Jobbies. If you, I'll give you like a moderator access. If you can now click on the link of any channel that you can see, and you can go straight to the channel. You were looking for Dylan's web channel, his YouTube channel. Just click on the 3 dots, and you should be able to go and find him. I think I'll be adding a few more, and then it makes it people easy. If you want to see somebody's channel, you just click on the 3 dots, and you can go straight there rather than trying to look for them. So I'll be adding a few people on if anybody's okay with that.
Yeah, Joe, I like what you've done there. You've put all the GS riders down the bottom. You keep all them out of the way down at low level.
You got one Honda rider.
We're just a bit cheesed off. We can't get the valet and the butlers in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. We've got. I'm just trying to.
Good, thanks, mate.
Has anyone got any late trips planned for this year? Any late rides? Anything they're doing?
I'm off to Derbyshire, but not on the bike. I'm going to the Yonderman Calf.
Oh, the Yonderman.
Oh, Yonderman.
I watched somebody's video the other day, and they said the food was crap. Who did I watch?
The Yonderman.
Yeah.
That's not what I've heard. Everyone says the cakes are lovely.
Oh, it was Richard with Bandit Man. He went in and he said the food wasn't up to much.
And if Bandit Man says it wasn't good, it wasn't good.
Nah.
I don't believe it. I don't believe Richard for a minute. He's, he doesn't know what he's been eating. No, it looks all right, actually.
I've watched Richard and Carol, and if they say no, it's a no.
Yeah.
Well, if Richie Vida eats there, then it's all right by me because I don't mind.
Yeah, but Richie Vida only eats once a day, doesn't he?
Well, once a month or something like that.
So if he eats anything extra, it's a bonus, isn't it? It's like, oh.
Peapod eats there. I know that Peaky Biker eats there, so yeah, I know it's be all right.
It must be cheap then.
And Crazy Legs eats there as well, because they're all good. They keep going back, so I can't see a problem.
Yeah, I suppose it's like anywhere else, and it depends on the day whether the food's fresh that they've got in and who's cooking it.
Andy, so what's all this guff on the super sausage then, and the cheeky boys or whatever they are, or whatever?
I spoke to Boo because he was going down to the bike shed today. I have no idea what's gone on. I know I bumped into Vincent today at Emma's Cafe, and they met up at the super sausages, and they said it was quite empty. So something's gone on there. He's upset a lot of bikers. And a lot of bikers have stopped going. So
one minute Rev Bomb's going there, and the next minute he's not, and the next minute he's not going there, and then he's.
Yeah, but I think Dave did a video, didn't he? He said when he called in there, and according to the owner, it was the police that stopped that group. Was it the slow?
I don't think it was. I think it's the owner that's rung up personally. I don't know. The super sausage is okay. The super sausage is more of an atmosphere than anything else. I find it A, overpriced, and B, you've got a queue for bleeding ages to get even a drink. But a lot of people go there. It's a good atmosphere.
Just for the biker vibe, yeah.
I just don't know. I don't know what went on. Like I said, I don't care, to be honest. If I fancy going there, I'll go there. If I don't, I don't. We went to Emma's Cafe today. That weren't too bad. Bit nippy, but it was all right.
Do you find there's a lot more cafes coming out for bikes and things generally? Because there used to be like a place around here, the bottom of Root Mill, where all the bikers used to meet, and they got kicked out because they wanted to make a lot long after they got kicked out. They put an industrial estate there with basically industrial units, and they only did it to get rid of the bikers.
Depends how long you want to ride. I mean, Emma's Cafe for me takes about 25 minutes. If I want to go to the super sausage, that's probably 45, 50 minutes. And then we've got the H Cafe, that's probably about an hour. I can get down to the Ace in 35, 40 minutes. So it all depends what sort of ride you want or what you fancy, I suppose.
So that video that Nige put up the other day with West Bay, I mean, that's great place, great vibe there for bikes to congregate. But the local council for years have been trying to get rid of the bikes from there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they tried to charge parking for it. They ordered it and changed the layout where you park your bikes up. Try to get rid of all the chippies and because a load of posh people moved in there, you know, getting
that's it. A few people that go there and spoil
the new flats. Didn't like the bikers or the idea of the bikers congregating by the pub, so and the huts, and then they tried to kick them out, but they've been successful. Just a shame when that sort of thing happens, really, but never mind. You know.
Do you ever use that? Or just put the link there for that UK biker cafes?
All right, yeah, I got one on Facebook. It's called Biker Breakfast Club. So when I started it about 10 years ago, and it's still going. I used to have a map. I one is my own page, but I never really go on it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll always find if it's associated with bikers, it's expensive. The super sausage is expensive. Emma's Cafe. What did I pay today? I had a latte, and I had what they call their breakfast bat, which was a couple of eggs, a couple of sausages, a couple of bits of bacon, hash brown, some black pudding. That was 13 quid.
Oh, get out.
13 quid.
Well, down at West Bay, those little huts that they've got, the tea huts and that, where all the bikers go, they don't give it they give it in proper mugs. And I think, I don't know, tea's a quid or whatever, but everything's a bit cheaper.
Just if I go out and you order a tea, 9 times out of 10, they'll put a tea bag in, your water, a splash of milk, then give you the cup, and you've got to finish making it yourself. I'm like, hang on a minute, just give you 3 quid to make me a cup. What the hell am I making?
Bring in a tea bag of milk next time.
Because at least it's finished for you.
Oh, dear.
I'm not tight, but if they leave a tea bag in, I'll take that fucker home. I'm getting up on out of that.
Do you try it out with making another company?
With that. Oh dear! Is anyone
the Scottish fella, wasn't he? I'll say that in a week.
Has anyone watched Jerry's new video with his mate with his new plane? I swear, Joe, I reckon those planes hung up behind you are bigger than that one in Jerry's video.
They probably are.
It's pretty small.
Incredible
It's
thing.
a nice
though.
plane, that though. It's well kitted out with instrumentation. Normally they haven't got that amount of instrumentation in them.
Yeah, but
He's got all the sat nav, the navigation, every single electronic instrument you can have is in that plane.
You got to be
I
5
would
foot.
love it myself.
I'm sending the car
under.
make me a drink.
You got to be 5'5" and under and weigh about 140 pounds to get in that airplane.
Yeah, there's a weight limit. Yeah.
Well, no, it's the size. I mean, it's my Austin Healey Sprite. I had a 1960 Austin Healey Sprite, and that's bigger than his airplane.
Oh, what's that? The old frog eye Sprite.
Yeah, yeah. We call it bug eye.
Lovely, lovely.
I had it for about 10 years.
Well, it was a load of old
Those
Ford
back
in
in
your
my
video,
hometown,
Andy,
Jerry.
weren't they? And you're short.
Frog-eyed sprites were made in Abingdon at the MG factory for years.
Yeah.
They were, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of work in Abingdon, and we're only about 45 minutes from that.
Yeah, well, I lived I was born and bred and schooled there in Abingdon, so it's my hometown.
We're nowhere near that place.
Just looking
Why?
down there.
It's a great place. There's actually a bike called Abingdon King Dick. Actually, it
Sure.
was
You make that up, aren't you?
wasn't made in Abingdon, but a company called Abingdon King Dick used to make bikes back in about, I think something like about 1905 or something like that.
Godfathers now.
Who flies the radio control planes?
Who flies them?
Yeah, do you fly
I
them?
fly them. Yeah, I've got loads behind there.
Ah,
They're all,
right,
all behind there, hidden away so nobody can see them.
right. I used to fly radio controlled helicopters.
I fly them as well. Helicopters, planes, drones. I've got a big 1 meter scale Airwolf helicopter as well, with all the tactical guns and all that sort of stuff.
That goes back a ways.
I love Airwolf. Yeah,
When you're flying, does that go through your head? It
it does actually. Yeah, you get right into the swing of it. You know, it's a bit weird, but you do get as if you're actually flying the things. Yeah, it's brilliant.
I actually used the drone more in Spain than I have done. Unfortunately, I did get told off twice because you're not meant to fly it in the national parks. But I mean, let's face it, your license don't cover you for flying it in Spain anyway. But we was at the Bear and I had to cut that a little bit short because the drone police turned up, you know. And it's only so many times you can tell them where to go before they get the ump.
Yeah, I must say, some of your videos you do, there's drone footage that you yourself and other people do. It's really, really good. You know, if you get a nice drone flying right through a valley or something like that on the rivers and things underneath, it looks really, really cool. If you go nice and slow and steady, you put them in cinema mode where they can go really, really slow. That's the best thing to do. Don't fly them fast.
It's nice to see as well because once you take it up and you get 300 foot up in the air, you can see the road, how it opens up below you, and how you've come through the valley. It is something else to see.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Andy, you bring your drone over next time I go out to Bonneville Salt Flats. You can film me going down the Salt Flats.
Oh, you've done that, Jerry, haven't you? Who's flying that drone?
When
you fishing did.
That was the organization that runs a place. They were flying it.
They were. Oh.
They didn't get too close after I crashed because they didn't want to show the blood and the stuff. So,
hopefully there wasn't too much blood there, Jerry.
I still got some left.
Good, you're still here. We need you. Have you doing anything else planned for next year or anything, or that you'd let us know or not, or just keeping a low profile for now?
We're trying to get something together with Triumph to sponsor us to go out to Bonneville again next year. If not, we'll go out the year after that. Take another Rocket 3 out there. So that's about it for racing. Do a little drag racing, but other than that,
yeah. I saw you took your was it Kawasaki on the drag race with Mr. Bill, didn't you?
Yeah, he brought his Tiger out there.
Yeah,
not a chance.
No, you won him by a little bit. Won it about 11 or 12 seconds, wasn't it, or something? You were beaten by a second or something.
Yeah, well, you know, when you don't go out there very often, you're running a Christmas tree. I don't know, but you guys don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of people watching my drag race videos from the UK, but I don't think it's very popular there for some reason. But it's, every little small town's got a drag strip here. But, you got Santa Pod, and that's about it. Right?
Yeah, it's not popular here because we're all forced to drive electric cars. And, and then when we drive at more than 5 miles an hour, we get the license endorsed, and then we've all had it. That's why.
You got too many cameras over there, man. Too many cameras. Whoa.
We have.
Yeah, way too many.
In my defence, I've been riding through Europe for 12 years, and I've treated Europe like a racetrack. I mean, I have been a lunatic. I don't stop at traffic lights. I change my number plate. I ride like an absolute frigging loon through Europe. And on our way back, we was heading back from a hotel to Bilbao. And in Spain, if you cross a white line, they get the ump, to say the least.
Really?
If you overtake a van on a bend and cross a white line and then confront 2 policemen on motorcycles, they get even more of the ump.
Ah.
So, yeah, that cost me €100, but never mind.
See, we treat the solid lines kind of like recommendations for motorcycles. It's strictly for cars, recommendations for motorcycles.
The thing is, when you're riding through Germany, France, Austria, anywhere like that, cars will move over for you to go round. They're more courteous than they are in this country. Where in this country they'll see you coming round and they go, "I'll fucking have you, mate." In Europe they tend to move. So in Spain they move for you, but you still got to go over the white line a little bit if your bike's a metre wide at the back. And the police don't like that.
They shoot you in this country. They just take the gun out and shoot you.
Shoot the tires out. Did they shoot the tires out and slow it down a bit? Did they? Or?
Oh, we had a rash a couple of years ago. We had a rash of like road rage shootings and people pulling guns and at intersections and going down the interstate shooting at each other. It's a wild west out here sometimes.
Jeez.
Exactly why I'm not going.
You're not scared of that. You're not scared of a little gunfire, are you? With all those lights, you could turn the lights on, just melt the guns.
I think 2008 we flew out to Michigan and met up with a load of friends, and then we all flew on to Vegas. And one of the blokes we met up with, one of our friends in Vegas. He had a federal license. I think you could hold a gun in X amount of states. And it was quite amusing what he had in the back of his truck.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of guns,
They're legal there, aren't they? Can anybody own a gun there?
Not if you're like you committed a felony or something like that. You can't.
Yeah, I own guns here. I've got 2 Section 1 I've got a Section 1 firearms license and a shotgun license. So I've got 3 shotguns and 2 quite high powered rifles. But they're rarer than rocking all shit to get hold of now.
Yeah,
I mean, I have to have letters from the doctor and all sorts. I don't know how the doctor signs me as compos mentis because I'm a fucking lunatic. I don't know how I get away with that.
As long as you keep them locked up so nobody else can get the guns, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
big safes and things, whatever you put them in.
Whenever people break into the house, first thing they look for is your guns.
Yeah.
Because most everybody's got a gun.
Annoying thing on the planet, getting shot by your own gun.
Yeah.
It's just wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's over with your own car, isn't it?
You got to be careful, I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, it's in your amendment, isn't it? And it's part of your rights to own and bear arms.
Yeah.
I mean, over here we don't have any rights. We have the right to shut up and just pay out. That's it.
Yeah. Well, it could be Australia. Now, they have some really strict laws in Australia. So,
somebody was telling me there's a law in Australia where you can't wear a certain colour shoelace and stitching on your boots.
In this country that says you must practice archery on the every 3rd Sunday of every month or something. You must practice archery. It's still a law.
Seriously?
You're allowed to shoot a Welshman before 12 o'clock, apparently, or something like that. I think it is.
I said I'm going to Wales tomorrow morning then.
Yeah.
I saw somewhere you can get locked up in your country for if you put a post on Facebook and somebody gets offended, they can lock you up.
Number one
Somebody on our
crime, man.
local group.
You
Somebody
know
on our
what annoys
local
me
group.
with Facebook will put a memory up that I shared and got banned for a few years ago. So Facebook will put it up as a memory, and I get banned again. They put it up.
Don't.
We got a local town group, and somebody put up the other day because they moved down from London, and they were complaining about somebody letting fireworks off. Somebody said,
You're
"Well,
not allowed to complain.
it's Yom Kippur." So he said, "Well, hang on, that's being a bit sort of racist, isn't it? If it's you're letting fireworks off." On somebody else put in, "Well, the Israelis are letting their fireworks off," and then it all just went to pot. The whole bloody lot, like, you know, people were coming in with all sorts. Of course, the thing got bloody removed off the Facebook group, but it was all kicking off.
The thing is with Facebook, you're not allowed an opinion.
No.
I don't understand that. You don't have ours is the First Amendment. You have the right of free speech. You don't have that, do you? I mean,
Well, we
they
used
You do, but
Used to,
Free
so we
speech
don't now.
when we get locked up for it. So when you're in prison, you can complain as much as you want.
that's
But
bad.
if you get on a dinghy in France and sort of come over on the wind,
Yeah,
you can say,
absolutely right.
but if you live here, you've had it.
yeah.
That's why a lot of people now leaving the UK. They disappear. They leave the UK. They go and they're living abroad.
I saw one fella got locked up for carrying a British flag at one of the protests.
I can believe it.
Protests going down the street. They locked him up.
If we fly an English flag, we're considered to be racist.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we had a massive argument. We get so we get our no, it's not, is it? It's like what's the consensus they send out? The council send it out to make how many adults are in the house and what nationality
Census.
are you.
It's the census,
That's
isn't
it.
it?
Census.
Yeah.
Well, we sent it all back because you can have British, Hindu, Egyptian, Pakistani, fucking Swahili, anything you want, but you can't have English.
English, yeah.
She's not on there. So we scrubbed everything out and sent back none of the above, and they got the hump. They're sending us demanding to know what nationality we are, and we go, well, we're English. Well, you can't be English. I said, I'm English. They won't have it. You can't have it.
And yet they go to great lengths to ask you how you identify, don't they?
I always think that's another thing. Don't even get me started on people that don't know what sex they are. A good kick in the
What are your chosen pronouns, Andy?
Pardon?
What are your chosen pronouns, mate?
Pronouns? None of them.
No. That's all time.
Hey, what mess you got us into, Joe? Why did you do this, Joe?
Yeah, the world is a crazy place. I tell you, it's getting worse every single day.
I don't get it. I mean, if you want to dress up and call yourself Tracy at the weekend, that's fine. Don't throw it in my face. I'll kick you in the balls you think you ain't got, Tracy.
I didn't expect us to get on board. I'm glad I'm out of that job now. Bloody, you'll end up going there and say, any chance you could be pregnant, sir?
Yes, they do ask you that, don't they?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Very slim.
I suppose you'd have to be careful with that, Nigel and Howie, wouldn't you, with that sort of thing?
Oh, yeah.
I
Well,
made
don't
a
know what
mistake
they
once. I
are.
asked someone what their Christian name was, and they happened to be Jewish.
I could not.
Really took offence to it. Really took offence to it. What's your Christian name? I haven't got a
You
Christian
can't actually
name.
say what's your Jewish name, can you?
Yeah, can't.
Does that work then?
I don't think I could work in today's work environment where you have to know pronouns and have to worry
World's gone
about
mad.
offending
It's got
somebody.
that bad. I've had to teach my parrot shalom. It said shalom.
Have you got a parrot, Andy?
Yeah. Yeah, I was having a conversation with him today. He goes, what? I went, what? He goes, fuck off. I'm walking out the door to the garage. He says, come on then, fuck off. And then he says, shalom. He can mimic the phone. We have to let it ring 3 times to make sure it is the phone and not the parrot.
It's not good.
He stops after 3, the phone don't. But yeah, he's a character. He's a head case.
Can you teach Sid how to talk? Sid behind you. Can Sid talk to you too?
Or what, the stag?
How many of these I've had?
So before I'm going to have to close the stream in about 10 minutes. So, but before we go, has anybody got any good videos coming out? We'll start with you, Graham. Have you got anything interesting coming along this week?
I put one out tonight at 5 o'clock there. It was the full road, if you like, for Glen Lyon up in Scotland. That just went out tonight.
So you've got one there.
That's
Check that one out. Pardon?
I'll watch them tomorrow when I'm hungover.
I shall watch when I get a bit of time. What about you, Andy? Anything coming up?
Should be watching a few in a minute.
Another one out Tuesday, another one out Sunday, Saturday. So yeah, I think I've got about another 3 or 4 to come up from this talk that we've done to get them out of the way. So yeah, they're out every Tuesday and Saturday.
Yeah, I think I've seen up to 3. Is it 3 you've got there on that one so far?
I think there's 3 there at the minute. I've got one that I've got to finish editing, and I've got 2 waiting to go up. So yeah, we're nearly there. It's just so much data. It's just unreal. It's just hundreds of gigabytes of stuff to go through.
I find the editing really, really hard. That's why I'm trying to do a video where I do it where I don't have to do any editing. It's not as good as what the videos you do, but
yeah, because I'm using the 360 primarily as the camera. Then obviously you have to edit the 360 stuff, and then you have to put it into your normal software and edit it through that. But the thing is, the last 3 that have come out have all been in 1050 or 1080p, and then I realised that the stupid computer decided to do a software update, and it's reset all my settings. So the next one should be in 4K, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And Piggy Biker's just arrived.
Yeah, I was going to say, is he just come out? Yeah. I haven't seen it.
He's probably out somewhere, I guess.
He's not been well, is it?
He had
some man flu, didn't he?
Serious man flu.
Yeah.
See,
I saw your
upsetting your missus again, Andy. These women don't know the half of it that what we have to go through with this man flu.
Oh, I mean, like if men give birth, it'd be like a bad fart, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm screaming and shouting about.
Oh, don't touch me. Oh, never again. I said I didn't touch you in the first place. It was the flies.
Oh, dear. She's closer to you to belt you.
We'll see you later, Dylan. Thanks very much for popping in. Appreciate that. What about you, Jerry? Anything coming up for you this week?
I got not this week. I'm going to put out one where I compare the 4 tigers I've owned. So about time. I've had this one for about 2 years. So that'll probably be
much love them.
Pardon me?
I've got to do GS19, GS911 that I've got for the bike. How you'd like that? That's a good bit of kit that is to play with your BMW.
What for you? Resetting your stuff, resetting your dash and that.
You can do absolutely everything. It's so much more to it when you actually look into it. What a piece of kit!
Yeah.
From live data to changing your instruments to changing your heated grip settings. I think you can actually do
everything up there when I do it. I just balls it all up. I'll just balls it all up when I do it.
Yeah, but you just reset it back to as it was.
And how much you need for that one?
I did practice on someone else's bike first.
That's a good idea.
See if you had a GS.
Guys, can I ever go on your bike with that thing that Andy's going on about?
If you weren't a peasant and had an XR and had a GS, you could have got the butler to do it.
Yeah, this is the problem with peasants, isn't it? They get their butler to do it. I get my chauffeur to do it. The butler's too busy ironing my socks.
That's the BMW guys.
What about you, Nigel? Anything coming up this week?
No, I want to try if I can. I want to try and get out and test that. Have a first go with that 5 Pro.
Wow, that'd be good.
But, have you managed to have a go with the 8 Pro yet?
That makes me laugh. That's brilliant.
No, sorry, not yet. I haven't had time to do anything because I'm working about 11 hours a day for 6 days a week virtually at the moment till December the 7th. So I'm quite busy at the moment.
6 days a week. I do 4 days and I get 4 days off. If I had to do 6 days in a row, I think I'd kill myself.
It's only till December the 7th when the project's finished. We should be okay with that. But there's a lot going on at the moment, so that's why it's a bit busy. But that's why I have to get up early in the morning. 6 o'clock, I'll be up in the morning, out to work, and then there all day. Not like you lucky people. Not like you lucky people.
I only have to get up at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, I did. 3:30. Oh, I thought I was hard done by getting up at 6. Oh, dear.
Well, I should
What do you want to get up at 3:30 in the morning for?
6:35.
If you start work at 4:30, I need an hour. You know, I need to get up and shout. Well, you know, do your man stuff, have some lunch, and then right to work. But I start any time between 4:30 and 5:30, so I have to get up any time between sort of like 20 past 3 and 20 past 4. 20 past 4 to me is late, getting up late.
Yeah, well, now I'm riding to work when it's dark, and I'm riding home virtually when it's just starting to get dark. Soon it'll be dark. I want some daylight.
I finished at 10 to 12 yesterday. I was paid till 5:30. I don't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that either. Good job if you can get it. What about you, Howie?
What
are you doing? Anything interesting next week?
When he wants, goes to bed when he wants.
I don't make videos anymore.
Well, you can make a video of your drum kit when you get me me stand.
Yeah, I can do that. Couldn't I? Yeah,
I got together. Yeah, we got.
If you look, don't you think he looks a bit like Ron Jeremy? That's why he don't make videos anymore.
Yeah, I got a face for radio, really.
Have you got any super glue or any Yoo-hoo glue or something to stick it, or do you want to send you that as well?
Oh, yeah, no, I'll be all right. What have I got in here?
Good. Because I don't want you taking the piss, you know.
No, I wouldn't do that.
You want the glue as well.
I've got some glue somewhere. I've got some Sugaroo. I can put it together with that.
Brilliant. If not, use flour and water. Sticks pretty well. Sticks paper well anyway.
I'll just spit on it, see if it will stick it.
Yeah,
You must have some micropore hanging around, do you, from the ambulance days?
Years ago, mate.
Anyway, I'm going to close the stream.
I've got a roll of tape.
Oh, that might do, yeah.
I got a lot left of it, though. It's only just a little bit. About 6
What was the last thing you stuck with that roll of tape then?
What?
What was the last thing you used that roll of tape on?
Tape something to my hand.
Oh, you do that up. You've got to tape it to your hand in case it flies off the end before you finish.
Yeah.
Joe, you got a lot of good comments in the comments section.
No, it's pretty good, yeah.
You start picking on us retired people.
Yeah. I picked up another channel today. I was watching this channel here, Nida's Cooking Show. I had some noodles, and I was thinking of a better way to cook them. And I normally get a packet of noodles, stick it in the pan. I don't know whether anybody else uses these noodles. You get in a square packet, stick them in the pan, and you put the powder in it, and it tastes like, it doesn't taste perfect, but it's good enough. But I found a few tips from here to how to make them a little bit more savoury and tasty. So here we are.
He's off.
Okay. Well, I'm going to close the stream.
You now need to share that tip. Come on. Can't just say, "Oh, differently."
Well, the tip for noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what it is, if you get some, Nida's here now, she could probably mention it. But if you get some noodles, boil them in water, drain them off with a strainer. Then you put them in to one side and leave them. You fry some chicken with some garlic and onion, and then what you do, you mix that all together. And you put a little bit of sauce in it. And once you've done all that, you mix that with the noodles. And that's a lovely, nutritious meal.
Might as well buy a pot noodle, really.
Yeah, pot noodle's not as much fun, is it? No?
Yeah, but it's quick. You can get it done in 3 minutes, can't it?
No, and a bit of lemon nut.
Well, I wish you a lot of best of luck. I know about 5 of you guys are going to get arrested because you live in the UK for saying what you said. Well, yeah. If you can hang out over here, if you can
You'll
make
be on your own next week because we'll all be in prison.
One final thing.
You've got the choice between Donald Trump and someone else, haven't you? Though.
Yeah.
So you lot are going to be in trouble next month, aren't you? Really, whatever happens.
You know. Look,
yeah.
You guys made your choice already, and that's not working out too good either. So.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that didn't go too well, did it?
A lot
To
of
be
I'm a
fair,
people
retired rider.
never voted for him, but the way the system works, the Wally got in.
Yeah.
And we've got another guy just turned up, retired rider. Why is it that when I say I'm going to close the stream, lots of people turn up? Why is that?
When news
Must be
gets
something
around
in
you.
there.
That's why I think it's what it is.
Because
That's
most
probably
people
what
are
it
busy
is.
at 8 o'clock, and then come 9 o'clock, they're bored shitless, so they jump on here.
Yeah, might be. Yeah, got nothing else to watch, but watch my channel. Yeah, my boring channel.
The programs
It's not people.
start at 8 and finish at 9. Don't they? Prime
Yeah,
time
well,
TV in it between 8 and 9.
I'd just like to thank everybody who's attended the stream today, and all you guys who have come on live. It's really, really appreciate it. And this is the first time I've had 6 people on the live, so you're part of a Kime to Go record, actually. And so I thank you all for that. I do
Checks in
thank
the
all the
post.
people. It will be, yeah, one day. What do you want? If you ever want anything 3D printing, let me know. As long as it's not that big or anything like that, small things.
I keep telling you, Joe, you can make her as cool as you want.
Sometimes 3D printing's good because if you want something, I've found that when I need something for a bike and you can't buy one that's physically exactly what you want, you can draw it up, print it, and have it there in about half an hour or so. So it's
They're readily available now. They're not that expensive, are they? 3D printers. What is the media like? The material like to buy for them? Because there's different grades, isn't there?
There's different grades. You can use PLA, or you can go right up to PLA, ABS, or you can go to nylons and things like that. But you have to be really set up to do that.
Could I have that woman in nylon, please?
PLA.
Before we came on, me and Joe were talking about it, and we were saying that we were going to go buy you one of those blow-up dolls and say that Joe had actually made it.
Yeah.
Send it off to you.
In the loft.
Oh, I love it.
But it hasn't got like bits you can use. It's just like one of the cheaper ones. Yeah.
No, I don't want no sharp edges on it.
No, it comes basically.
But knowing what you're like with swinging things around, you'll probably break it. With your
What I shall do, I shall do a quick video on how a 3D printer works. But I was showing, let me show you something before I go. I was showing Howie something before. This is a part that was off a Mercedes. It's like a rack. When you pull the top cover back on the boot, it's supposed to look like that, all one piece.
I don't drive cheap cars. I wouldn't know what a Mercedes is like.
So what I did, they broke one. So what I did, I got this one and I 3D printed it. I made one exactly the same. All you do is draw it out and you can get the exact same thing without paying. That was 25 quid to buy them from Mercedes, and a penny to make. Crazy.
Dear.
Anyway, I am going to click through all these. I would like to say thanks to everybody in the side chat, and I haven't got time to rattle all the names through there. I have to go, but what I shall do, I'll make sure I put all the names of the people who are in the chat in the comments below, and come back and have a look at them. So for me, the unfortunate person, I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's the only reason that the live stream is going to be closed. And it's because I have to get
I've only got another 3 days off.
Oh, how do Ralph live?
Yeah, tread quietly, Joe. Don't wake us all up.
Yeah. No, brilliant. All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming. I'm going to go. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yes. Cheers, Jed.
Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Stay safe.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.